This is your warning. If you think you can handle me in these old video games, I'm telling you, I'm a fool. I will not cut no slack. I will destroy you in Mario Brothers 2, 3, and 1. And I'm gonna give y'all a way of playing these video games. If you have a PC, I got you covered here. So stand by. This video about to start.
This is the Savage Scientist Ed right here. And I'm over the police car.
Yo, what's up? This is the Savage Scientist Ed, the governor. Great state of Swampland. You saw the intro, so you already know who this is. I have my good old trusty supercomputer laptop in front of me because I play these video games on it. And I made this challenge to y'all. Y'all could stomp me, which y'all probably could stomp me, but I'm gonna put up a pretty damn good fight. So now let's take a look at what is an emulator. Well, an emulator is just a piece of software designed to replicate existing hardware. So we could look at the 8-bit Nintendo as the existing hardware. So whenever you install an emulator on your computer, you're installing a virtual environment that's going to allow you to play Nintendo games. And emulators kind of fall under that entire area of computer science dealing with simulation, because you're simulating existing hardware component and you're able to use it as if it was right in your hands. That's basically what an emulator is. And if you ever use VMware or any other virtual machine, then that's kind of the same idea. So now let me talk about my favorite emulator. And I'm going to show you how to get the games. So first, I'm about to go to I already have it open. So let's see. If you go to Google, just Google Virtual NES. And right here is my first link. Let me get my screen recorder rolling. I don't even know if this damn thing working. You know what? I'm gonna just do. I have to save you a lot of time by pointing you to a link where you could get the emulators and the games. And this is the kit that I normally sell to people. So I'm gonna make this available to you so you can download and play these games on your own. Because if you look for this stuff online, you might run into situations with the games working or viruses and any other thing. So let me show you how to get this stuff working. First of all, I'm using a private browser here in Opera, because if I was to go and do all this, being logged into my own account is going to give you a different experience. So I want to show you what you're going to see, not what I'm going to see. So I'm dropping a link right there. So this is what it's going to look like. So right here I have emulator, Xbox, PS2, all this other stuff. These are general emulators. You could take your time to look through these, but they have some real good ones in here, like you have MAME, that's the multiple arcade machine. That is the arcade emulator. I forgot what the stuff, multiple arcade machine emulator, I think that's what it stands for. But don't worry about that. All that's available to you, so you can play that. You can play Shinobi and all types of other good games. And if you want all this stuff come up, if you want to download all these games, then it's about 1.5 gigs. So the one I'm interested in is this thing called VNES. That's Virtual Nintendo Entertainment System. This is the emulator I will be using when I'm playing these 8-bit Nintendo games. So you're just gonna go here to the little arrow, and it's gonna zip the file first, and then it's gonna start downloading in your browser. So while that's zipping and doing all that stuff, let's talk about what we have here. So this is the Super Nintendo emulator. This is just one of them. I also have another Super Nintendo emulator because I was playing with both of them around this time. So once you completed downloading Virtual NES, then you're gonna navigate to the folder where you save the file. It's gonna be a zip file because that's the way Google Drive packs the files. So you're going to use a program such as WinZip to unzip the files to your desired location, and then you're going to open up the Virtual NES emulator. And when it's open, the next thing you're going to do is search for the games that you want. And you see I'm going to navigate up to this folder called Games. And here I'm about to start Metroid. here is Metroid. So as you can see, it's playing. You can resize it. And it shows the frames per second. Another thing you could do is you could go into the options, controller, and you could set what you could set the buttons up to your desire. So if you're using the keyboard, you might have a different setup. So you might be using the, some keys, up keys. So we also have this auto fire feature that's right here. So if you were to take a Nintendo controller, this would be its layout, and you have the turbo buttons on top, or the FPS. This just stands for fire per second. That's what that stands for. So I mean, this is a very easy to set up emulator, as you can see. So I have some bonus footage from MAME, that is the multiple arcade and whatever, I keep forgetting the name of it, but check out what MAME could do. It's another one of my favorite emulators. And what do you want to see? You want to see Simpsons, huh? And now you just type in OK, and that's it. So whenever you're running a game on MAME, it's gonna pop up and it's gonna say OK. Now this was high tech for back in 1988 or 89. Now this is one way to get demonetized also. Damn, I didn't know Home was 35 years old. I'm older than Home. Alright. And I'm really just trying to fast forward through this crap. But it looks just like the game. I mean, just like the cartoon. Yep, there go the good old Konami logo from back in the day. So I know y'all probably remember this game. And
okie dokie.
So yeah, that Simpson game took a lot of my quarters. So this is another method of playing 8-bit Nintendo games on your system. And for the other method, which uses RaspberryPi, I suggest going over to BarryJohnson's channel and checking out his video on how to do the similar things with RaspberryPi. So till I make my next video, peace out.